Hi there. We are going to look at finding the equation of a line from 2 points. We had previously seen finding a slope from 2 points, and now we're going to take that slope and we are going to find an equation from that. So let's go ahead and look at a couple examples. So we're asked to find the equation of a line through the points 4, 3, and -1, 18. Well, we want to start off just by finding the slope from this. We're going to use our formula that we had talked about previously in order to do this. And if you don't remember, that is m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So we've got our first point, our second point. So we've got x1 and y1 here, and then we'll have x2 and y2 over here. If I plug in these numbers to this equation, I'm going to have 18 minus 3 on top, and then I will have -1 minus 4 on bottom. If I subtract these out, I'm going to have 15 on top and -5 on bottom. Which if I divide out equals -3. So this is our m. Now we have our slope and we have 2 points. We need to finish solving out our equation, and this is going to be similar to when we were given the slope and 1 point. The only difference is we get to pick which of the points we're using. I'm going to go ahead and pick the first point there because I think it'll be a little bit easier, but we're just going to go through the same steps as before. We're going to plug into y equals mx plus b with the x and the y, also with the m that we just solved for. So I plugged in my x, which is 4, my y, which is 3, and my slope, which is -3, and I'm going to solve for b. So I find that my y-intercept, my b, is 15, and now I can just put this into y equals mx plus b along with the m, and I'm going to leave x as x and y as y. So I got the m, the slope here, from what we solved out at the very start. That's where my m comes from. And then the b, the y-intercept, comes from here. Let's take a look at another example. Here, I have the points -2, 7, and 4, 3. I'm going to go through the same steps here, and it's pretty much going to be the exact same way to solve it out, but this is just another example. So I have my formula for slope here. I'm going to label my points, x1, y1, and then x2, y2. I plug in my values into my formula. Three minus 7 gives us -4. And 4 minus -2 is the same thing as 4 plus 2, which will be 6. This will simplify to -2/3. Like so. So I'm going to take this m, and I'm going to pick, let's pick this first point here, -2, 7, to plug into our y equals mx plus b. So I have my y, I have my m, which I just solved for, I have my x from my first point, and I have plus b here. So I'm going to multiply these together. Negative 2/3 times by negative 2 is going to be positive 4/3. And now I need to solve for b, so I'm going to subtract 4/3 on both sides. And if I subtract 7 minus 4/3, that should give me 17/3. And this is my y-intercept. So I'm going to use this b and this m here to put into my final answer. So I'm going to have y equals negative 2/3 x plus 17/3. And that is my final answer.